Ba 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 da ba ba. It's news time. You shits. That one didn't really work, did it? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Delete as applicable. Welcome to news time shits. It's you. Um, Guys, it's hard work, isn't it, right now? Like, I have been scouring the news to find the information that I want to put across in these little things because I do genuinely want to try and keep you informed a little bit if you want to be. More importantly, I just want to try and give you a laugh. Like this is something to keep me sane and hopefully keep you smiling because I think that's important right now. But it's difficult, the news in the past 24 hours, the death rate hit. There were 708 deaths in the UK, over 4,000 deaths total now here. A 5-year-old kid caught the virus. It's fucking miserable, isn't it? Except it's not as bad as it sounds. Well, it is, but it's a skewed image. You have to remember that the numbers we are seeing right now are based on the people who contracted the virus pre-lockdown, just as we were going into it. So the numbers were always going to. There were 694 deaths in the previous 24-hour period. 708 is not a massive jump on that. So that's plateaued a little bit. I'm not saying it will stay plateaued. I don't know enough about virology and epidemic spread and that sort of thing to be able to make those claims. What I'm saying is if you look at that and try and put it in some sort of perspective and think about the fact that these people who have sadly passed away would have contracted the virus before the country went into lockdown, we're still not seeing the results of the measures that have been taken. But we will. Right now, we're going to have to ride it out. It's fucking miserable, but it is the only thing we can do. So, I thought rather than digging too far into the coronavirus news per se, I would try and look at some of the other stuff going on in the world. And that's really hard because you can't find other news at the minute. It's all COVID. And even when it's not, it's related to COVID. For example, now, I know I keep looking at my crotch in these videos, and it's not just that I'm enraptured by my own penis. What it is I keep the keyboard on my lap because to set up all the picture-in-picture stuff and all of that, I've set up hotkeys. This is for those amongst you who don't do a lot of video editing or anything like that. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm no expert. You can tell by how shit this looks, but I've set certain things up. The problem I'm having at the minute is that it's still tricky to get everything right. So what I've done is, in a bid to get some employment for people who are otherwise suffering, is I've hired some people to help me. So we'll just flick over to the studio cam so you can see these guys. These are some men who are working really hard for me. And, no they're not. They're just sat there watching telly. Do some fucking work. Point to a thing, yeah? Like, you press something. Oi, Jeff. Fucking, yeah. Right. Fuckers. I'm paying you next to nothing to work for me. You better get it right. Bastards. I might fire the lot of them, actually, and just go back to doing it by myself. I mean, I can do everything they do. I don't need them, do I? So, and fucking waste of space. Ha, I'm in charge, guys. Can't make a fool out of me. Anyway, news. So let's look at some. Now, this has happened. Obviously, this is... Sorry, I nearly just stacked it off the chair. This is Jeremy Corbyn and Keir Starmer, who sound like a bad accent Russian villain from James Bond film circa 1980-something. It's not a name that... I don't know. It's not a name that inspires joy. But I'm sure he's okay. I'm sure he's a nice guy. Or probably, I'm not sure of anything at the minute, but a lot of people are very happy that he's the choice that's been made. Even his opponents in the leadership race have said he would make a fantastic Prime Minister. So, although they're going to say that, it's spin. But also, I don't know, hopefully he's got the right idea. I agree with some of Corbyn's politics, some of the things he said. I agree with some of it, and I agree with some of his principles. I don't think he was the man to lead the nation. Never was going to be. Mostly by the fact that you couldn't usually find the fucker because he was in an allotment somewhere. But then our Prime Minister sealed himself in a fridge, so it's, But hopefully Keir Starmer will get the hang of it and it'll be great. And this is him basically just telling Boris to fuck off, I assume. So, that's you fuck, pal. Bit much, isn't it? Oh, look at that. I fucking love Batman. I've been thinking a lot about Batman 1966 lately because I'm currently writing my latest 6 Degrees post for The View from My Sofa, which will be up later today, which links Patricia Phoenix to Keanu Reeves, and one of the links involves Batman 1966, so give that a read when it comes up. I'll post a link down here. It's not written yet, but I will once it is. So that's that. So speaking of one political... That's the opposition. So let's go and have a look at the man in charge and see how he's doing, shall we? Oh, look at him. He's a sad Boris. This isn't during the coronavirus. This is an old photo I found somewhere, so, But he's probably doing much the same expression right now. Like, he looks like he's just fucking powered down, doesn't he? Just... He's got a really hard job right now, and he's ill. So, more power to you, Boris. Hope you pull through and hope you're doing okay. I don't like... The Conservative Party, as far as I'm concerned, you can gather them all up on one big boat, push it about 200 yards out to sea, and then sink the fucking thing with a catapult. I don't like them. But they are who's in charge right now, and we're stuck with them, and he is struggling. So, fucking... I'll give him a begrudging tip of the imaginary cap. But anyway, Boris has invited the leaders of the opposition parties to Number 10 for a cross-party talk to approach the coronavirus. This is the right thing to do. I have said for ages that one of the things that frustrates me so much with our political system is that Keir Starmer could stand up in the Houses of Parliament and say, I have fantastic idea. I can't get past this Russian Bond villain thing in my head. I have a fantastic idea, folks. I've worked out that if we tax every Briton 5p a week more than we are currently, we can get enough funds together to, through careful investment and doing this, and this, we can use that money to bolster the NHS, give everyone a free electric car, reduce carbon emissions by 78% within the next 2 years, and you'll have an orgasm every morning when you wake up, and it'll be just lovely, and then someone will give you a fucking bacon sandwich. Like, he could come up with a utopian society, and Boris will stand up and go, oh no. Like, why argue good ideas? But they do it all the time, because it's political point scoring. So instead of that, what they should always do is work cross-party. If one party has a great solution to something, the other party should simply say, right, well, we're going to be the party that makes it happen, so let's get you in to work on it. Personally, I would have a lot more respect for a political party that I don't always agree with their ideals or beliefs, but when something comes along that is for the betterment of the nation, they step up and put politics aside to work with whoever came up with it. That, to me, is how it should run. But then, what do I know? I'm not... oh, Jesus Christ. That was about all the news I could stomach today. There was a bit of politics and a hell of a lot of death. It's sad times. So, as it's Saturday, I thought I would focus on something a little more fun. That was my plan. Lego! Not solely Lego. This is me in Lego. Right? This is the 3 stages of me. This is Angry Ginger and Broken Man and Complete Geek. So that's me. I might actually combine the bunch and see if I can build them into something cool. But anyway, yeah, Lego. Lego is really good fun. And I discovered a tub of minifigures that I forgot we had and dug through it, and there's loads of awesome stuff in there. So I thought I would throw out some ideas for things that people could do to pass the time while they are stuck in quarantine. However, there are people who aren't stuck in quarantine. Now, I have thanked them before, I will thank them again. Every key worker is a fucking hero, and there are so many people that get forgotten. It's not just NHS frontline medical staff, although they of course deserve all the praise, love and support in the world. It is private care. It is my wife works in a nursing care home, and I have to say that because I keep calling it a residential home, and she keeps threatening to beat me with a hammer. So, but people working in the care sector and in the logistics teams and the IT teams and all of these people deserve your praise and love and support as much as you can possibly give. So don't forget them while you're sat at home on your arse doing nothing. At the same time, it's fine to be sat on your arse doing nothing. Like, if you can't work right now, if you're helping by staying home if you're not essential to the cause right now. So, or if you're working from home, then you're helping too, because you're still keeping the economy going, but also not spreading the virus. Like, everyone's trying to do their part, apart from the absolute wanks out there who are not adhering to the government-imposed rules, and they are still gathering and going out. I have seen recently people on Facebook who are going to social gatherings or having social gatherings in their house, and I'm not talking about, look, don't do any of it, but when someone breaks and invites one person around to their house and they sit at opposite ends of a room just to have someone to talk to, you still shouldn't be doing it, but I can see how maybe you think it's okay and that happens. It's not, please don't, but my big issue is with the people who are like, oh, fuck this, and I'm not missing out on a night's drinking, and are inviting 20 people into the house to all get together for a massive party, and then they're all shagging and spitting on each other, and I don't know what people get up to, I don't get out much. Point being, stop being wanks, because these guys, not these particular, these are little plastic men, they're not real, but these guys are working their arse off, right? And everyone else is miserable because they can't go out anywhere, or they're working from home and desperately worrying about, I mean, I'm self-employed, I don't know where the fuck my next, wad of cash is coming from, I'm trying to figure all that out, so there's a lot going on, so stop being tossers. But if you are stuck at home, and if you've got kids, or if you haven't, here's one of my first recommendations. Lego. Dig the Lego out. Get a sheet, a bed sheet, put it on the floor, tip all the Lego you have into a big pile in the middle of the sheet. Right? This way, at the end of it, you can scoop the sheet up and dump it back into whatever you currently hold it in. We have a tub roughly the size of me that is filled with Lego. We have so much Lego. So you dump it all in, and then you have a building day, and you build whatever the hell you can, or make it themed. Build a bunker. Why not try and build a bunker out of Lego? Or something that I did when I was a kid. Sit there with the Lego and make a money box, right? And you put cash in it. But you make it funky. I had one that literally I could pull out little tabs and the money would drop down into the bottom, and then it would be sealed in the middle. And I spent a lot of time playing with Lego alone. I mean, it was the old. They used to have to tie a chop around my neck to get the dog to play with me. I'm kidding. My childhood was fantastic. I had lots of friends. I'm fucking awesome, me. But Lego. Build with Lego. Good stuff. If you want something to watch, okay? Fucking Hans Molben here. Look, we got this tiny little weird crinkly faced leathery thing. And Yoda. If you're looking for something to watch Disney Plus. Now, can I just remind people, this isn't sponsored. I don't get money from anyone for doing this. I am not recommending this because they're going to give me a free subscription. Although they can, Disney, if you want to chuck a free subscription my way. But no, I'm a fully paid up member of Disney Plus. You get a free trial for 7 days. It's $5.99 a month after that. You can have it on 10 devices, 4 concurrent streaming. Everyone, there's 4 people in our house. We can all sit in different rooms and watch Disney and stay the fuck away from each other, which is great because, at the moment, too much time together. We're going to start having pit fights in the middle of the living room. So, do that. Play some Lego. Play some Lego? We already did Lego. It's because Lego's on screen. Watch Disney Plus. They have gummy bears. They have gargoyles. They have X-Men. They have Spider-Man. They've got the Marvel Cinematic Universe almost in its entirety. All the Star Wars you could ask for, apart from the most recent film, and where the fuck are my Ewoks? It's a fantastic service. I sat there the other night and watched a bunch of episodes of The New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. Love that show. And, that'll be some more news coming in. There we go. There's a rain of knives, and they're covered in acid. So that's fun. Don't go out. Disney Plus. Fantastic service. here we have little plastic guys killing each other with assorted weaponry. Look, this is COD. It's not COD because I don't have any actual little soldier figures, but Call of Duty. Call of Duty released a Battle Royale game called... Well, they didn't release a Battle Royale game. They released a Battle Royale mode as part of Modern Warfare, the latest installment. And it is fucking amazing. It's the best Battle Royale I have played, personally. Love Fortnite. Still play it. Haven't recently, because I've been playing more Modern Warfare, but love Fortnite. PUBG has its charms. I'm not entirely sold on it these days. Apex Legends, fantastic game, so much fun. My only criticism with Warzone really is that it's 3 players only, and that's frustrating. I want 4 players and I want duos as well, because you're forever getting on and, you know, there's one guy left out, or you're 2 men going in against a bunch of 3-man teams, and it's kind of I say you're 2-man, you know, 2 anything teams, any one teams, but my gaming group's just blokes mostly. Fantastic game, like really, really good fun. They've also made the multiplayer side of it free for this weekend. It comes down on Tuesday, I think. Now, it's not the full multiplayer. You get 2 maps and you get a selection of game modes, including Kill Confirmed, which, as far as I'm concerned, is the best fucking thing that happened to Call of Duty. I haven't really got into a Call of Duty game since Modern Warfare 2, which is weird because they've just released the remaster of Modern Warfare 2, and it's years on. But yeah, since then, maybe Black Ops, but I just really haven't played a hell of a lot of multiplayer Call of Duty since then. This one is amazing. It's drawn me in to the point that, seriously considering spending money I really shouldn't spend on the actual full game, so I can keep playing the multiplayer beyond this. Really good. And if you are going to get into Warzone, really good time to do it. The new Battle Pass should launch next week, so you can get some practice in now and then be there for the start of a new season, which I think it will cost you like £8 to get the Battle Pass. But you don't have to. It's completely free. The Battle Pass will just give you lots of cosmetic stuff and things, which is awesome. So, yeah, Call of Duty. I tell you what, I feel like thus far, I mean, I started this with quite low energy, but I feel like at the moment I'm feeling actually kind of perky about things. So that's, I'm happy with that. It's helping. And anyone else just see a crow in a business suit? I might be having an episode. Look, it's okay to be happy at the minute. You do realise that. It's okay to have fun because it helps. It doesn't mean you're ignoring what's going on if you crack a smile or laugh once in a while. So, in case in point, talking about cracking a smile, it's WrestleMania weekend! Now, obviously, I know not everyone's a wrestling fan. I am. I love wrestling. Me and my friend Alan and my friend Ed have, for the past couple of years, been on this ludicrous journey of watching all of wrestling from, well, not all of wrestling, but all of WWE, ECW, and WCW from 1996 onwards. We're probably going to we'll probably do Ruthless Aggression era and then cut off, because after that wrestling started to get a bit we watched the NXT pay-per-views, we watched some of the big pay-per-views, but the current product isn't really grabbing us. NXT is amazing. NXT is absolutely well worth your time to watch, but the current WWE main product isn't really working for us. But the old wrestling, I mean, from Stone Cold just running around randomly attacking Brett at the minute, and hell, son, I'm gonna kick your ass in an ambulance. Like, it is just gorgeous. And WCW is nonsense, but enjoyable nonsense, and ECW is fucking bizarre. But yeah, like, we love wrestling, that's the point. And as fans of wrestling, we always look forward to WrestleMania, even when the card is shit, which it sometimes is, and even when you're not that hyped for it, I still look forward to the possibility of spending an evening or early hours of a morning watching wrestling with my friends. Now, I should point out, when I say watching with, all of this we do via Xbox Live. So we fire up the network and we get paused on whatever episode of pay-per-view we're watching, and then we stick our headphones on and then we count in and hit play and we all watch it together. I highly recommend doing that. If not with wrestling, then do it with anything. Get a film up on Prime, find yourself some dodgy horror films and riff on them, give them the Mystery Science Theater 3000 treatment. It's great fun, a little watch-along party, and if you have Xbox or PlayStation, do it on there, or do it via Skype, or, there's all sorts of ways to do it. Really, really good fun, really good thing to do. And one of the things we love with wrestling is, as much as we adore it, we also recognise that it's ridiculous. Like, it's ludicrous. It's absolute carnival fairy tale nonsense. Part of the reason we love it. And WrestleMania, unfortunately, cannot go ahead because of the coronavirus. So they are still having WrestleMania, but it's pre-recorded, and it's over 2 nights, and it's a series of different matches, and it looks weird. Undertaker versus AJ Styles Boneyard match, which is a graveyard match, but they don't want to say grave right now because of everything that's going on in the world. Because bone is such a, uplifting word. We've got Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg? No? Yeah. No. I don't remember. Can't remember the card, there's lots of matches, but Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair, I'm really excited for that one. Rhea Ripley is incredible. Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross are going up against the Asuka and I cannot remember the card, but don't take my word, just go look at it. If you're into wrestling, if you're thinking of not bothering with WrestleMania this year because it's weird, I'd say give it a whirl because it's going to be interesting to see what they do when they don't have the constrictions of a live show. Like, potentially, we could see Undertaker calling down lightning from the fucking sky to take on AJ Styles because they can do cinematic nonsense. And it won't hurt them to do it. We know wrestling's not real, guys. I mean, it is. It's real. They're tremendous athletes, putting themselves through hell. They hurt themselves constantly. I'm not taking anything away from the guys, but we know it's predetermined. We know that the storylines are written. And then they get out there and they get in the ring and beat the living shit out of each other. Because even if they're being careful and trying not to hurt each other, like, you can't jump off a fucking 30-foot... How the hell do you learn to fall off a 30-foot ladder without hurting yourself? By God! Like, you just can't. So, yeah, WrestleMania weekend. I'm going to be staying up live to watch it. Because time is meaningless, my 11-year-old boy will be staying up as well to watch it until the point that he passes out. But he's there with it. We'll be watching it. Ed's watching it, I believe. So Ed, mate, we're gonna have a great time. I'm pretty sure Al was talking about watching it if he doesn't pass out. But so, guys, tune in, give it a watch if you're a wrestling fan. I think it's gonna be interesting. And you know what? If you're not, then stick on an old WrestleMania. Maybe WrestleMania 17, that's a good one, and watch that instead, in its place, and just have a laugh. So, there you go. Now, here's a good way to pass time. As soon as I finish recording this and get it uploaded, I'm going to cook some food, and then me and the boy are sitting down, and we're playing Minecraft. So, I love Minecraft anyway. It's just a big fucking Lego set that I've got but in my Xbox. And I've got a creative world running at the minute where I've built this ludicrous hotel with hundreds of rooms and a restaurant and a comedy club built in and all of that, and we're building a world of theme park amusements and shit around it. We've got survival worlds going. We've got a survival realm that there's a whole bunch of us play on, although recently we've not been playing it as much. So I'm going to take this chance when there's time available in between everything else I'm doing to try and get back to doing some Minecraft. And obviously I want to spend time with the kids and do stuff with them. So they both love Minecraft. Sky and Callum are big fans. Sky has her Xbox and Callum has his Nintendo Switch. And it's cross-play across everything so we can play together. So we're going to start a brand new survival world and we're going to run it for the whole time that lockdown is going on and see how far we can get by the end of it. And we'll probably build some sort of little shrine to weird times in there as well. So, I think my soul's trying to escape my body through my ribcage. No, just hiccups. So, I'm okay. Yeah, Minecraft. Brilliant way to pass the time. It's on Games Pass, so if you have Xbox Games Pass, it's on there. It's available on. I mean, you can get Minecraft PC, phone, tablet, Switch, PlayStation, Casio wristwatch. It's on everything. It's on nearly as many devices as Thomas Was Alone, which I'm pretty sure Mike Bithell will one day port directly into my brain. Not that I'm complaining, it's a cracking game. Yeah, so there's another thing. So this is good. This is good. We got ideas. And if you get really stuck, do what I do and tidy the house at 3 a.m. Like, I've been rearranging things. I've rearranged our living room to create this little gaming and recording pod, which is a very old armchair, and I've got a little wheel out desk and bits and pieces so that I can do what I need to do. I've been working on the kitchen and the kids' rooms and all the available spaces because we're going to be stuck here for a while, folks. Like, you're going to be stuck inside your house for quite a while. And making the best use of the space possible means that when you stop doing whatever you've been doing for the day, you know, or if you are working and you come in, if you make the best use of the space around you, when you sit down and look around you, you will relax because you feel, it's comfortable. This is my safe space. And if you start to get sick of it, tweak it. Because I've rearranged the lounge twice already, but every time I'm finding a way to make a little bit better use of a space or display something a bit differently so it's highlighting. Like, we've got thousands of Funko Pops and Q-Figs and various bits of plastic tat, which I adore because, like, if you just look here, this will piss people off, but you'll see we have a case full of Batman and Harley, and then we've got those shelves over there, and that's not even close to all of it. There's loads of stuff that I've acquired over many years of being a geek with poor impulse control when it comes to toys. And yeah, just make the best use of your space, and you will feel more chilled. So that's good and awesome. And I'll just pop a... Oh, and that's it. That's all I've got. That's every idea I had. You can read a book, I suppose. You can have some sex. We covered that in a previous episode. Be careful. Nude self-portraits. Hang out the window and scream abuse at passers-by. That's always fun. Don't do that. Don't be that guy. But yeah, plenty of things that you can do which are good. So, yeah. So now let's pop over to the guys at the studio and see if they can be bothered to fucking display the weather for me. Just fire. Outside is just fire. Well, alright guys, cut the feed. Fuck that. If you do go out, maybe just a light vest and some flame retardant paste. It's going to be a long road. As I think I mentioned, we might be able to get out of this by May if people do as they're told. So do as you're told. And, come summer, we could all be barbecuing and doing nice things. Maybe not. To be real, this could go on for quite a while. But as long as you find ways to fill your time and you look after each other, you'll be fine. So until tomorrow, where I will be bringing you a live church service, I won't. Until tomorrow, stay safe, stay well, stay the fuck indoors.